This small coin can be worth big money. The 1965 no-mint mark dime from the United States looks like any other dime, but some of these coins are very special and can be worth more than $12,500. Yes, that is true. A 10-cent coin that can be worth more than $12,000. Many people have this coin and do not even know how rare it is. You could be holding one right now without knowing it. In this video, we will talk about why the 1965 dime is so special, how to check if you have the rare one, and how much money it could be worth. So stay till the end because every detail can make a big difference, and you do not want to miss it. The 1965 dime is very interesting because that year was a big change for the United States Mint. Before 1965, all dimes were made of real silver, 90% silver and 10% copper. These silver coins looked shiny and beautiful, but the price of silver started to go up fast. When that happened, people began to keep the silver coins instead of spending them. They knew the metal inside the coin was worth more than the coin's face value. Soon, there were not enough coins for people to use in stores or banks. To fix this problem, the mint made a big change. In 1965, they stopped using silver for most coins and started making them out of copper and nickel. This new metal mix was cheaper and easier to make. Because of this change, the mint wanted to make sure people did not hoard the new coins or look for special ones, so they decided to remove mint marks for a few years. From 1965 to 1967, there were no mint marks on any coins. Normally, mint marks show where the coin was made, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But during those years, every coin looked the same. So if you look at a 1965 dime and do not see any mint mark, that is normal. All of them were made like that. Now, here is where things get very exciting. When the mint stopped using silver, they still had some leftover silver coin blanks from 1964. These blanks were small round pieces of silver that should have been used only for 1964 dimes. But by mistake, a few of those silver blanks got mixed in with the new copper-nickel ones in 1965. That means some 1965 dimes were made using the old silver metal. These coins were never supposed to exist, but they did. They are called error coins, and they are very rare. Only a few were made, and only a handful have ever been found. That is why they are worth so much money today. The big question is, how can you tell if your 1965 dime is one of the rare silver ones? There are a few simple ways to check. First, look at the edge of the coin. Turn the coin sideways and look at the edge. A regular dime made of copper and nickel will show a brown or copper-colored stripe along the edge. That is the copper inside the coin. But if your dime is all silver with no brown line, it might be one of the silver ones. Second, you can check the weight. A normal 1965 dime weighs about 2.27 grams. A silver dime weighs about 2.5 grams. That is a small difference, but it is very important. If you have a small digital scale, you can check the weight at home. If it weighs 2.5 grams, it could be worth a lot of money. Now let us talk about value because that is what everyone wants to know. A regular 1965 dime that you find in your change is usually worth just 10 cents. If it looks new and shiny, called uncirculated, it can be worth $1 to $5 to a collector. That is nice, but not a fortune. However, if you find a 1965 dime that is made of silver, the value goes way up. Depending on the condition, these rare silver dimes can sell for $1,000, $5,000, or even $12,500. Yes, that much for one small coin. One silver 1965 dime sold at auction for more than $12,000 because it was in great condition and was very rare. Collectors pay so much for this coin because it is an accident that was not supposed to happen. Mistakes like this are very interesting to people who collect coins. They tell a part of history that you cannot find in books. The mint did not plan to make silver dimes in 1965, but a few slipped through, and that makes them very special. When something is rare and has a story behind it, collectors will pay a lot. Every year, Coin lovers look for these special pieces in coin shows, online markets, and even in their old change jars. If you start looking through your coins, focus on the ones from the 1960s. You might find many 1965 dimes because millions were made, but what you want to find is the one that looks and feels different. Always check the edge for the color and, if possible, the weight. Some people have found these rare dimes by accident. One person found one in a roll of dimes from the bank and later sold it for over $10,000. Another person found one in an old coin jar and sold it for $12,500. So it really can happen. These coins are out there, and you could find one too if you look closely enough. Let us also talk a bit about the design of the 1965 dime. On the front, you can see the face of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His picture has been on the dime since 1946 to honor him after he passed away. Around the edges, you can see the word Liberty, and below his chin, it says "In God We Trust." The year 1965 is below his neck. There is no mint mark under the date because, as we said, all mint marks were removed for that time. On the back of the coin, you will see a torch in the middle with an olive branch on one side and an oak branch on the other side. The words United States of America and one dime go around the edge. The design is simple but classic, and it has stayed almost the same since then. Even though the design did not change, the metal did, and that makes 1965 a very important year for coins. It marks the end of silver coins for everyday use. For collectors, that year is like a turning point in U.S. coin history. So even regular 1965 dimes have some collector interest, but the silver ones are on another level. Some people also look for dimes from 1966 and 1967 that were made by mistake on silver blanks, but those are even harder to find. Still, the 1965 silver dime is the most famous and most valuable of them all. If you think you have a rare 1965 dime, it is important not to clean it or scratch it. Cleaning can make the coin lose value because collectors want coins in their natural state. Instead, you can keep it in a soft cloth or plastic holder to protect it. Then take it to a coin shop or send it to a professional grading company. There are companies like PCGS and NGC that can check the coin and tell you if it is real silver. They can also give it a grade based on how good it looks. Coins that are in top condition with bright shine and no marks can sell for much higher prices. You might also notice that silver coins sound different when they touch each other. If you drop a silver coin gently on a table or another coin, it makes a soft, high-ringing sound. A copper-nickel coin makes a duller sound. It is not a perfect test, but it is another small clue that can help you guess. Always handle the coin gently to keep it in good condition. Coin collecting can be a fun hobby even if you never find a super rare coin. You learn about history, designs, and small mistakes that make coins unique. Many people start collecting coins by looking through their spare change. It costs almost nothing to start, and you might get lucky. Some people look for coins with double dates, missing letters, or off-center designs. These are all called errors and can also be worth extra money. But the 1965 silver dime is one of the top ones people hope to find because it can be worth thousands. The market value of coins can go up and down over time. Right now, regular 1965 dimes in good condition may sell for $1 to $5. Proof-like or special finish coins might go for $10 to $20, but the real silver error coins can bring between $1,000 and $12,500 or even more if they are in perfect shape. The higher the grade, the more money it can bring. That is why grading and condition matter so much in coin collecting. Every coin has its own history, design, and value. Some are worth $1, some $5, some hundreds, and a few are worth thousands. You never know what you might find if you take time to look. The 1965 no-mint mark dime may seem like a small coin, but it holds a big story from American history and a chance for big value. So the next time you get change at a store or go through an old coin jar, look closely at those dimes. Check the year, check the edge, and keep an eye out for that special silver shine. One simple dime could turn out to be a rare treasure worth more than $12,000. Keep looking, keep learning, and who knows, maybe the next valuable coin someone finds will be yours.